know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. Yeah. More action and no talk, I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it.
I don't be with him, he's so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready to told y'all that you better be running? I'm in my go yard. When I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Sucker if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young.
Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. Yeah. More action and no talk, I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it.
Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex.
Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket.
Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young.
Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down, Jaguars.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Darnold. This one caught by his tight end Oliver. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 31. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
first down. It's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, that's into the hands of Eckler. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they're getting him involved earlier.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. That ball complete to Isabella. And out of bounds right around the 20. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Jacksonville.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
The score, Jaguars 7, Ravens nothing. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Right back to Dobbins on first. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
12 at the 13-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Andy Isabella, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Jaguars 14, Ravens 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On second down, a run with Dobbins. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's able to find Diggs. And he goes out right around the 39. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, defense.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who could run it inside?
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
44. Mike.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this, up to the 41-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it. You do go through it. And in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bridgewater on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Dominated, boys, dominated.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Running on first down, Eckler. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Darnold. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, Darnold. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, Ravens 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Darnold. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Kaepernick now to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
53, Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Kaepernick's pass intercepted by the Jaguars. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
And Darnold, he lost the football. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. A final shot before the break. Darnold escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Kaepernick to throw on second down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Kaepernick's going to keep it. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A pitch comes to Dobbins. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On second down, Dobbins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
10 yards on the pickup.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Baltimore Ravens.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At the 43-yard line.
First down, Bridgewater. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes I guess maybe Charles... And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
The tackle made at the
decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work on it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional first down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
53, check 53. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On third down, Bridgewater. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Brown. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 11.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars 28. Ravens.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Let's get the 7.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
3-yard line. A gain of 9.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Jaguars 28, Ravens 14. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Darnold's pass.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Darnold on 1st down. Connection made with Shenault. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
15. First down, Jacksonville.
On the give, this is their fullback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 27. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Check right, check right. Shoot.
It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
The ball carrier.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
3rd down.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure, this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 48. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Tonight's finals.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Jacksonville, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.